Okay, let's see. Is it live? Okay. Hello, hello. I'm Marla, as you probably know. And I wanted to pop in here and talk about something that I mentioned yesterday in one of the conversations that I had about how do you raise your vibe before a sales conversation starts or before any important conversation, really. And by the way, if you're here live, definitely let me know and share a comment or say hello. I'd love to see who's here live, and certainly if you're on the replay, let me know. I'm actually going to ask for everybody's input here also because you all have amazing ways of raising your vibe. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to provide a structure for you so that you can do what you're already doing to raise your vibe and you can add to it, okay? And let's share with each other all the different ways that you do this. Some other people have already been commenting on this, which I really appreciate because the more people who are commenting and sharing their mastery and what they already do, it helps everybody. So thank you to everybody who's commenting. And if you've been thinking about commenting on any of these videos, go ahead and do it. This is an open invitation. We want to hear from you. I want to hear from you. I want to know, what are you receiving? Have you already gotten a big win? I'm dedicated to having every single person in this group have a big win in July. And I hope that your big wins are going to be filled with financial abundance. And sometimes big wins come in the form of a shift in your mindset, a shift in your thinking. Okay, so definitely let me know if you're here and pop in and write a comment if you're here live. Okay, so essentially there are 5 levels of awareness to bring before you get into any important conversation, especially a sales call, okay? So because there's so many different practices out there and all of them are valuable and they're so unique, and you also want to keep expanding and trying new things because just when you have a process that works great, it starts to not work anymore, okay? And all of a sudden you don't have a high vibe before your sales conversation. So here we go. First level is the physical level. So you want to raise your vibe on a physical level. We're all living in a body. We're all living in a human body. You're living in yours. I'm living in mine. And sometimes there's discomfort in our physical body. Sometimes there is, hi Ryan, I'm so glad you're here live. Let me know if you have any questions or if you want to add anything to this as well. Thank you for being here. So on the physical level, sometimes we have discomfort in our physical bodies and we can't ignore it. We can't just pretend it's not there. So the physical level, you want to make sure your physical needs are met. You want, before a sales conversation, how do you raise your vibe on the physical level? Make sure you're hydrated, make sure that you're nourished, make sure you have little snacks and things that you like to munch on. Or if you're doing intermittent fasting, make sure that you have plenty of hydration. And make sure you're getting enough sleep the night before, making sure that that you're taking supplements and all of that, if that's something that you do. And on the physical level, if you're experiencing any physical pain or discomfort in your physical body, you want to make sure that you shift in your mind that pain or discomfort is just sensation. It's just sensation. Don't label it as pain or discomfort anymore. Just be like, oh, I'm feeling something in my body. Okay? Because if you label it as pain, you're going to start to look for the pain. And if you label it as just sensation, then sometimes sensations are pleasurable and sometimes they're not pleasurable. And so you get on the physical level, how do you raise your vibe? You move your body, you stretch. If you're having tightness in your shoulders, you get, one of these, we have one of these great hooks. If you're feeling a little tightness in your shoulder, you physically release your body before you get on a conversation. If you're feeling like overly sexual, have a release before you get on the call, okay? Don't come to the call with all this sexual energy flowing through your body. If you want to have a release, do that first, okay? So the physical body is the first level. Okay, that's the first level of awareness to bring before your sales conversation. So ice baths, dancing around the room, stretching, opening your heart, getting on the yoga wheel, doing something physical that is going to uplift your vibration. Okay, that's the first level. Second level is the mind, your thoughts. How do you raise your vibe in your thoughts? Well, the first thing to ask yourself is, why am I in this conversation? What is the highest level of vibration that I can bring in my thoughts to this conversation? And the way you do that is you connect with your deeper why internally. Why are you even in this conversation with this person? What is it that you're selling that is potentially going to help change this person's life? So when you get a sense more of the deeper why, and I talk about it in one of the videos here, understanding your deeper why of what you're doing in your life and why you're selling the packages that you're selling, more than just because you're earning money. Because why do you care about it so much? You know, for me, I'll share once again that one of the reasons that I'm teaching high integrity, ethical, joy-filled sales is because epic practitioners like you, I believe that when we are selling without any kind of intimidation, any kind of manipulation, or even influence of any kind, when we care about our relationship with the person more than the sale itself, and when we practice being our full selves in the sales conversation, that's what brings joy, okay? And when you really check for resiliency and you really check to make sure this is going to be an ideal client, that's ethical. So when you're practicing these things, guess what happens? We have transformational experiences. And when we have more people, more clients out there receiving transformational experiences, the whole world uplifts. Okay. And that's one of the deeper reasons why I'm teaching this course, because I want amazing practitioners of their work, which is you, to be able to sell with grace, ease, joy, and flow, where you are just feeling phenomenal through every step of the sales conversation, all the way to hearing a full yes, a full no, or an I'm not sure, okay? And I'm going to talk about that in my masterclass series this week. So again, first level is the physical level, making sure that your physical body is in an elevated state. Second level is the mind or your thoughts. And so you want to elevate to possibility in your mind by honoring any negativity in your mind with gentleness and kindness towards yourself, instead of like, oh, I got to get out of this negativity. You know, you don't want to be harming yourself with your own thoughts. When the negative thoughts arise, what you do with those negative thoughts really matters. And so the more kind and gentle that we can be with ourselves when the negativity arises in us, that is what is going to help you. Instead of spiraling down into more negativity, you're going to spiral up into more openness and more availability. So when your thoughts are clear, then you are up-leveling you're up-leveling your vibe in your mind and in your thoughts. The third level is the energetic field, your auric field. So your auric field is 2 times the length of your wingspan or your arm span, okay? So 2 full, all the way around in a spherical way around you, 2 arms lengths is your real auric field, okay? And so in your energetic field, that includes all the people you live with in your home, anybody who's had contact with you. When your auric field and your energetic field is in an uplifted vibration, you bring more of a high vibe to your sales conversation and to any important conversation. So what you want to do is you want to practice lifting to the highest vibration possible in your field at this time, at this moment, in service of this particular person who is in the sales conversation with you. Okay, so it's always in service to not just you, not just them, to both of you and all involved who are going to be part of the coaching experience. Okay, whatever you're understanding from here, definitely comment. Let me know what's going on for you. Let me know if you have questions, especially while you're on here live. If you have any questions at all, I want to know. Okay, so far we've got 3 levels. We've got 2 more. So we've got the physical level, the mind and thought level, the energetic field level, and now we're going to talk about the level of humanity's potential. Okay, so when you're going to raise your own vibe before a sales conversation, that means physically in your body, you're feeling open, you're feeling spacious, even if there's discomfort, because by the way, if there's discomfort in your physical body, if you shift it from thinking about it in a negative way to thinking of it as sensation in your body, That neutralizes it. Now you're not like, oh, I've got pain here. You're not thinking about that anymore. You're like, oh, it's sensation. Okay. Sensation happens. Sensation is sometimes positive. Okay. So, what I mean by connecting to humanity's possibility when you're raising your vibration, what that means is there is a logical understanding that all around the globe right now, in this moment, right before your sales conversation, there are millions of humans who are tapped into joy, who are tapped into love, who are tapped into peace, who are tapped into high vibe. And when you close your eyes and you imagine a little child looking at their hand for the first time, or playing with their puppy for the first time, or you can imagine a little kitty video, right? There's all around the world, there are people who are in a high vibe right now. And when you tap into the potential of humanity, you tap into that vibe for yourself also. Okay? You tap into that vibe for you. So when you can think about little kids playing, when you can think about little puppies running around, when you can think about babies laughing, anything that gets you into a high vibe, all around the globe, there's people experiencing that right now, okay? Right in this moment. So when you tap into that, you can literally imagine the whole globe. And I know you can picture this. Picture the earth with every human on it who has a high vibe right now, millions and millions of people, with their heart lit up like a light bulb inside, okay? Lit up like a light bulb. And when you can feel that internally, and you can feel and see it in your mind's eye, bing, 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 all these lights around the globe, high vibe individuals, and you go, I'm one of those high vibe individuals. Now you're tapped into the high vibe of humanity. And you are part of that uplift, okay? That's the fourth level. The fifth level is the level of God, the level of source, the level of universality, okay? So whether you believe in God as an energy or God in some religious sense, whatever your version of a higher self, even your own inner elder, but some version of something beyond you, the whole energetic field, okay? When you can surrender into honoring what is in the highest service for all involved, and then you surrender into God, into a larger and more buoyant and more expansive energetic field than yours, okay? And more than any other human on earth as well. And you surrender into that and you gift the entire session before it starts to that larger force of nature, force of being. Now you can relax and you can say, may this unfold with grace, ease, joy, and flow. May the result of this conversation become a clear yes, a clear no, or an I'm not sure that leads to another conversation. And you can relax and let it go and then be in the flow of what actually wants to unfold with this person, okay? So what are you receiving? What are you hearing? What do you already do? And how do you do it? Most people, stay in the realm of the physical and the emotional and the thought process. Some go all the way to the energetic field. Some go to the level of humanity's potential. And I really want to invite you to play in all 5 of these realms. So the physical body, making sure your physical body is uplifted because you're nourished, you're hydrated, you've slept well, you are taking care of your physical body. You're doing ice baths, you're doing water therapies, you're stretching, you're doing all those things. You're shifting from feeling pain in your body to labeling it as sensation. And then your thoughts in your mind, you're connected to your deeper why of why you're even in this conversation, what you really care about from a larger perspective. And then the energetic field, your auric field, really being in an expansive place, what is in the highest service of all involved, lifting your whole energetic field to a higher vibration and frequency. May my field be uplifted more than my physical body, more than my mind, more than my emotions, more than my one auric field of one arm's length 2 auric fields around me. My whole field be uplifted. And then may all of humanity, may I connect with all of humanity that has a high vibe in this moment. May I be even more uplifted by all the monks and nuns who are meditating for humanity in this moment, for all of the humans who are feeling and experiencing joy in this moment, you see? And then may I surrender into a larger field of God, universality, source, energy, universal source, and may I be in surrender for the highest service of all involved in this conversation.